Hello? Hello, hello? The camera? Give it to me. Should we just plug it in? Yeah. Hola. ¿Cómo vas? Bien, bien. Bien, muy bien. ¿Me escuchas bien aquí? Ya. Ahora me escucho. No. Ya. Déjame le subo aquí. En 5 minutos, papi. Ya anda. Thank you. Thank you. Are you ready, T? Salsa.
Is enough for your set.
How many are there?
Wait.
33?
Yeah, together.
Should be fine.
Necesito un poco de polvos en la frente porque me...
Sí, papi. ¿No te maquillaste?
No. Maquillaje no.
Just turn your lights up, okay?
Yeah.
Buenas noches, bienvenidos a su show.
Yeah, okay.
So it's perfect.
Este es el show.
Este es el show, papi. Vamos a hacer un show.
Les quiero contar la historia de un lorito que llega en el hombro de un pirata a un barco. Un lorito japonés llega en el hombro y el pirata dice...
¿Qué dice?
Denle 2 whiskies, uno para mí y uno para el lorito japonés.
Ya.
El bartender le dice, ¿y el lorito japonés no whisky de cuál?
Ya.
Ready, sir?
Ya.
Cool. Got a nice audience?
Papi, vamos a comenzar, ¿ya?
Ok, ya estoy listo.
Voy a hablar como por 5 minutos, pero te voy a decir que le digas algo al público y que digas hola, ¿bueno?
¿Antes de tus 5 minutos o después?
Al comienzo, al comiencito de los 5 minutos. ¿Ya? Te voy a poner aquí para que veas dónde va a estar el público. Para que veas lo que yo veo. Ajá. Ay. Hello, hello. Hi. Oh, hello. Hi. Hi. Oh, hello. Awesome. Cool. Hello. Hi. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Valentina Vela Giraldo. This is my piece. It's called Diversion or Diversion. And this is my dad. Papi, di hola.
Hola.
This is my dad. ¿Qué ibas a decir, papi?
Un gusto estar con ustedes.
My dad is, so his name is Alex Vela Ortega. He is Skyping us today from Cali, Colombia, which is the city where both of us were born. My dad is actually on his lunch break, I believe. He's Skyping from his office in Cali. And he can see you through here. But we'll switch this around in a little bit so you don't see yourself for the whole of this piece. Don't worry about that. Anyway, my dad and I are here to perform for you or to perform with you, really. We have built this piece as part of an ongoing investigation into distance, heritage, and intimacy in our own relationship. For the better part of the last 6 years, my dad and I have communicated pretty much like this, over distance. And we have woven our relationship through the use of different technologies, Skype, WhatsApp, phone calls, the internet. Similarly, we have patched up together this performance through Skype, collaborating across distance and across different time zones. Always a little off, always a little fractured. Hoping to put together a performance that is still a little fractured, but that brings us closer together here today, if a little dislocated, or perhaps twice located here and there. A big part of this investigation for me has been language. I start from the premise that language is relational, that our relationship, mine with yours right now, is textured by my ability and my decision to speak to you in English. A language, a code that I learned a long time ago when I was little, when I was in school, thanks to my dad putting me in a particular school. And that has allowed me then to travel outside of my country and to access different things, education, scholarships, opportunities, to be here. But it is definitely a performance that I do to access certain places and people in first world or developed countries, such as this one. Similarly, my relationship with my dad and my country, my family, and my heritage is textured by my speaking of Spanish which is a language and a code that I learned when I was very little that I don't really speak that much anymore, except in moments like I will soon and when I'm speaking with my dad. It is a language that allows me to access memories and history and a repertoire of culture and heritage that is embedded in my father and in my family. Having you today allows me to be present with you, speaking in English, building this relationship that I'm trying to do right now, and also present with my dad, hoping to be in a kind of tug of war somewhere in between. You'll see me at times speaking English like I'm doing now, trying to get you guys getting your energy in, and at times speaking in Spanish. And if everything goes well, you'll see me caught in between. I want to tell you a little bit more about what's going to happen, but we can go to the next cue. So for this performance, we are also going to be live streaming. Everything that is being recorded in this camera is currently going on the internet and being accessed in Colombia, maybe Peru, hopefully also the US. Anyway, it's online. And it's a way to not just only bring someone in here, but also for us to leave and go somewhere else. I have my dad, as you know, on Skype. You can hear him now, but at points I'll be able to shut him up and have him just in my ear. And I think that is all I want to brief you on for now. Oh yeah, and on Wednesday, which is the second part of this piece, I will be doing a very similar performance, but one that has been devised and designed with my mom. Let me start. Cool. So we're going to start. And to start with, I'll have a conversation with my dad, which will be in Spanish. Dale, pa.
Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Quieres que comience de una vez la historia?
No, quiero que te voy a preguntar acerca de nuestra experiencia viajando, inmigrando y saliendo de Colombia, que me cuentes de tu experiencia saliendo de Colombia y moviéndote a otro país. Después hacemos la historia.
Perfecto. Ok. Buenas tardes a todos. Nosotros somos una familia colombiana. Hemos nacido en Cali, la mamá, el papá y las dos hijas. He trabajado durante toda mi vida laboral en una empresa dedicada a la educación a través de libros y cuadernos. ¿Tú estás traduciendo?
No, esta parte no la voy a traducir. Esta parte es para mí, en verdad, papi.
A través de la venta de libros y cuadernos, y debido a esta función y a este trabajo, la empresa me ha movido por muchos países. En el año 2001, después de varios viajes a muchos países haciendo la parte comercial, la empresa nos movió a Perú. En el 2001 nos fuimos a vivir a Perú, en donde trabajé con la editorial y con los libros de la marca Norma desde el 2001 hasta el 2013. Luego del 2013 fuimos a vivir a Chile, en donde estuvimos hasta el 2015 y regresamos a Perú hasta el año pasado y volvimos a Colombia.
Papi, cuéntame de cómo te sentiste haber mudado a un país nuevo y comenzar de nuevo cuando éramos chiquitas y cuando nos mudamos a Perú.
Es una experiencia muy bonita, pero a la vez es una experiencia muy complicada porque de un día para otro pierdes a tu familia, pierdes a tus amigos, a la vida a la que has estado acostumbrado y llegas a una cultura nueva a la que te debes adaptar. Con dos niñas pequeñas, fuimos con la mamá, una niña de 3 años y Valentina, que se llama Camila, la niña de 3 años, hoy tiene 20, y Camila, y Valentina, que en ese momento tenía 9 años.
8. 8, 9.
9 años. Entonces fue difícil en el principio, pero nos adaptamos muy bien a la cultura peruana y vivimos unos años maravillosos.
Dale. Ahora quiero que contemos la historia que has escogido contar. Entonces
Ok.
te voy a quitar del parlante y vamos a ponernos en la pantalla para que la contemos juntos.
Ok.
¿Ya? For this next part, I asked my dad to prepare a story that had to do with culture, migration, and transferable of cultural information, something, an item or an experience that represented this for him. And he chose to speak about salsa. We're going to have to find our way into this. Papi. Pero necesito que te hagas, espérate papi, que te hagas más para atrás para que nos podamos, sí. Mírate para que estés conmigo. Más, ajá. Sí. I have picked a story to tell to you today. That has to do with an aspect of us being Colombian, that is about Colombia and of Colombian people. Colombia is an extremely musical country. And we have very famous musicians around the world. We have Shakira, Carlos Vives, Juanes, a diversity of musicians that have become famous and outside of our country at a global level. Colombia is very big. It has 1 million square kilometers. The Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, which means that from both these coasts, we have gotten a very different musical influences from the north, from the south. We have our relationship with the United States, which is the north. And from the Atlantic coast, we get music from New York, from Miami. And from the Pacific, music from San Francisco, from Los Angeles. During the 50s, there was the beginnings of a kind of music that became known as Barrio Latino, the Latin neighborhood. At the same time, there were other music being developed in the United States, like jazz, rock and roll, o el mismo cuál? Or American rock. And so immigrants from Puerto Rico, from Cuba, and from the United States began developing a music that had to do with drums, with trumpets, trombones, congas, and everything that mixed from all of their ancestry, from people that came through slavery, and that now really populate big cities like New York. This music started to come here through our coast immigration. And in Cali, we have a port called Buenaventura. And at Buenaventura, the sailors came with these CDs, long play or vinyl, that are now, again, becoming a little popular. And it mixed with an aspect of our particular city, which means that we had a lot of people from the African diaspora. So from the Buenaventura port, these vinyls came to Cali, and the mix of the music that before we used to dance, that was cumbia, which was from the mountains, from high cities. Then it got mixed with this music from the sea, and it created a big impact in groups like Ricardo Rey. ¿Cuál es el otro? Bobby Cruz, Pérez Prado, that brought all these rhythms. Mambo, cha-cha-cha. And many men and women that fled the 1959 Cuba after Fidel's revolution went to the US, created that music, and then it got to Cali. And it has to do with our social composition and with how hot our city is. We developed an ability and a love for salsa. In the 50s, if you would go to Cali, we would dance at any moment, at the beginning of life and at the end of life. We dance at baptisms for any reason, first communions. We dance in weddings when there's a good things. The day that Colombia won, or like yesterday. When people are happy, we dance when people are sad. And there are parts in our culture where we also dance at funerals. Dance is an intimate part of a Colombian person. And it's a very important part of you ever since you're little, when you're 3. The older people in your family will come to you and they will push you and they will say, go dance, go dance. So when you're 3, they will push you to the dance floor and they will tell you to dance. When you're 8 or 10, they put you with your aunt and they say, go dance with your aunt. Learn something. And you remember your face against your aunt's belly or maybe boobs, and that is the memory that begins to get encoded in you. And everything revolves around dance. Which means that this has made that a lot of the bad things that have happened to us in our history have been, it's almost like anesthesia, have been softened by dance. So we're a group of people that are happy, that dance, and that love music. This is something I wanted to tell you about who we are in Colombia. And in Cali, our city, where I hope that someday you can all come and dance. Bueno, papá. So for this next part, I thought it would only be fitting that, and sorry, I'm keeping my time, that my dad and I try to do some dancing. And this is to do with his story, and it is also to do with our personal history. Dime. Okay. Okay, dame un segundo. To have to do with our personal history because we migrated away from Colombia when I was 8, I was never part of that experience of go dance with your uncle, go dance. And I never really got it in my body how to dance salsa, which kind of outs me as a fake Colombian now and then. So I asked my dad to dance with me today, and he has just told me to let you know that we are about to listen to a song that is the hymn of our city, Cali, and it's called Cali Pachanguero. Pachanguero comes from a rhythm called pachanga. ¿Cómo se baila la pachanga, papá? Pachanga, it's like this. It's a little bit forward, a little bit backwards, a little to the side, a little to the other side. And I'm going to try it for you. Ya, papi, me voy a quitar el micrófono para que le escuches, ¿ya? Quiero que la escuches, pero no puede estar muy cerca. ¿Te escuchas, pa?
Bueno.
Romántica luna, el lucero que es lelo, dar en tu valle la mujer que yo quiero. Y el jilguero que canta, el que se levanta, carnaval en Juanchito, todo un perro que inspira.
Cuentas con.
Es por eso que espero que los días que lejos no duren en mi ausencia, saben bien que me muero. Todos los caminos conducen a ti. Si supieran la pena que un día sentí, cuando al frente de mí tus montañas no vi. Que todo, que todo, que todo, que todo, que todo el mundo te cante, que todo el mundo te mime. Celosa estoy pa' que mire, no me voy más ni por miles. Que todo el mundo te cante, que todo el mundo te mime. Celosa estoy pa' que mires, no me voy más ni por miles. Permite que me arrepientan, oh mi bella cenicienta. De rodillas mi presencia, si mi ausencia fue tu afrenta. Que todo el mundo te cante, que todo el mundo te mime. Celosa estoy pa' que mires, no me voy más ni por miles. Que noche tan bonita, si lo tu vallecita, a cuando mi valle prisa, ay todito se divisa. Que todo el mundo te cante, que todo el mundo te mime. Celosa estoy pa' que mires, no me voy más ni por miles. Un clásico en el Pascual, adornado de mujeres sin par. América y Cali a ganar, aquí no se puede empatar. Que todo el mundo te cante, que todo el mundo te mire. Celosa estoy pa' que mires, no me voy más ni por miles. Barranquilla, Puerta de Oro, París, la ciudad en luz. Nueva York, capital del mundo, del cielo París, la sucursal. Que todo el mundo te cante, que todo el mundo te mire. Celosa estoy pa' que mires, no me voy más ni por miles. A mí haciendo tu aroma, cualquiera justo razona. Que Cali es Cali, señoras, señores, lo demás es broma. Ah, pues. Manera, respóndete.
Y vuelta.
El último. Vuelta para aquí. Dale la vuelta. Una vuelta. Agua.
Yeah. Uy. Creo que es la primera vez. ¿Aló? Papi, ¿me escuchas?
Sí, mi amor.
Creo que es la primera vez que bailamos toda la canción.
Yo creo.
Ya, papi, para terminar en los últimos 5 minutos, quiero
Ok.
que hablemos un poco del hecho de que yo estoy aquí en Londres y tú estás allí en Cali, y que me digas un poco de lo que tú piensas cuando piensas en Inglaterra, cuando piensas en el hecho de que yo esté aquí y lo que te gustaría que hiciéramos juntos cuando vinieras.
Hasta ahora nunca he estado en Londres. ¿Lo vas a traducir?
Bueno,
Sí. Hasta ahora no he viajado a Londres, no he ido a Londres,
I have never been to London. I've never been there, my dad.
pero he sido un admirador y esta parte del mundo se ha alimentado mucho de la cultura de lo que ha salido de Inglaterra.
But I am a big fan, and our little part of the world has been very much influenced by a lot of things that have come out of England.
Comenzando por el fútbol, para mí algún día ver un partido del fútbol inglés sería una experiencia maravillosa, pues lo sigo cada 8 días por televisión.
Starting off with football, for me to be able to watch an English match would be a dream come true. As of now, I follow it on TV every week.
Y el fútbol fue inventado por los ingleses.
Football was invented by Englishmen.
Otra parte de la música que me gusta muchísimo y de la que escucho bastante es el rock.
Also, music that I love and that I listen a lot to is rock and roll.
Y saber que hemos sido muy influenciados en nuestra cultura por Beatles y por los Rolling Stones.
Mm-hmm. And our culture has been heavily influenced by the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
Me gustaría algún día conocer la tierra donde nació esa música y a los estudios de Apple.
I would love to. Abbey Road. I would love to visit one day the land where all that great music came from and visit the Apple studios, the Abbey Road studios.
Y otra gran pasión que he tenido siempre ha sido el teatro. Gran parte de lo que Valentina hace me llena mucho de orgullo porque el teatro ha sido parte importante de nuestra vida.
Another big part has been theater. I am very proud of what Valentina does because a big part of my life has always been theater.
Y desde pequeña hemos ido a Broadway en muchas ocasiones.
And ever since she was little, we've been able to go to Broadway in New York in a couple of occasions.
Hemos visto Fantasma de la Ópera y Cats.
We've seen The Phantom of the Opera and Cats.
Algún día en Londres.
And I would love to see them in London one day. Bueno, papi, ese es el final. ¿Hay algo más que quieras decir?
Que no, que ha sido una experiencia muy bonita.
Mm-hmm.
No,
this has been a great experience.
Que les agradezco mucho su tiempo y que espero les haya quedado algo de conocimiento de lo que somos los colombianos, de lo que es nuestro país, en esa pequeñita parte que es la parte musical.
And I hope that you leave here with an idea of what we are, what Colombians are, what Colombia is, and even if it's a little kernel of it, which is the music.
Y que para nosotros, para mí es muy importante que ustedes sepan que tenemos ese tópico en nuestra vida y gracias por su atención.
And that for me, is really important that you all know that is very big in our life. And thank you so much for your attention. Papi, despídete. Oh.
que te quiero mucho.
Oh, and that he loves me so much. Ya. Papi, despídete y cuelgas.
Chao, chao. Muchas gracias. Que tengan un buen día.
That's it for me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, feel free to go. We need to do some transition. Thank you so much. Thanks, baby. Thanks.
If you're staying, if you head back in at the front, we make sure the ticket and we'll be starting in about 15 minutes.
Oh, hey, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Cool. Hey guys, thank you for coming. I have to clean the space. I'm very sweaty. Okay. Bye. Hello. Hello. Good to see you. Okay. I should have mentioned something. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Oh, good to see you. Okay, I gotta empty the space. But thank you guys. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye. Yes, I'm taking for Are you staying for that one? Okay. Bye.